Hey guys, this is Michelle Kofa here, Regional Vice President with Freedom Path, uh, one of the co-founders of Business and Black Movement. I wanted to just come in and real quick do a short, and I mean very short tutorial to show you what's inside of the Business Credit Academy. There is no official training on this because it varies from business to business. It literally reads information that is business specific. And so being able to train you on this is actually a little bit difficult because there are so many pieces and so many moving parts. The best recommendation to you is to purchase the system from yourself at half off, make you some money in the business. Use that money to invest back in your business by becoming a product of the bankable system. That's going to give you the ability to navigate. Now, I have had an entry training from one of the co-founders. In fact, all of the managing directors. And what I will tell you is it is a lot of information, but it's not complicated if the people follow the steps. Now, I will personally tell you that I don't spend a lot of time in my software. And so I have not built my stuff all the way out. And so one of the things is when entrepreneurs get this, I highly recommend the 12-month subscription. Why? Because it's October and I purchased this for myself in like February. The first time I went in it was in May, and I haven't been back in it since May. So many entrepreneurs are super busy. So if they pay the 689 and do the 189 month by month, 9 times out of 10, they're going to end up stopping because most entrepreneurs just don't commit. Now, there may be some people that are more serious than me, they got more time than me, and they can just go in and in 3, 4 months, they finish it up. But let me just give you guys a sneak peek because I know we're getting a bunch of questions around that. So I'm going to log into my own system. Give me a second here, and I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to log into my bankable. One second. All right. So I'm going to log into my bankable and I'm going to walk you guys through the dashboard. Now, I own multiple businesses. And so what you'll find when a person is just getting started, let me just share the screen here, is it's going to look for your information online. So the software is looking for your digital thumbprint. So this is why you want to make sure your business is the same name across social media, on incorporations, etc. So at the top it says here, welcome Kofa Legacy Group. So finally, it identified that I was Kofa Legacy Group, not the Kofa Group, which is my husband's business, not Kofa Financial Group, which is a former business I had. And then it listed some others. So it's going to first, when a person signs in, it's going to ask them a bunch of questions. It's going to screen them. And then it's going to identify, oh, okay, this is your business. Or, well, maybe this isn't your business. And you select that if that's your business, yep. And it is looking for business credit. So if you have a Duns and Bradstreet, if you've already been building out a NAV account, if you are listed on your state website, it's looking for all of that data. So once it finds you, it'll have your information up here at the top. You see my level access. I have full access and I have a virtual coach. The virtual coach is right here in the bottom corner. So your clients, all they have to do is press the button. Let me turn the sound on so the sound picks up in this training. But I highly recommend you get this. If even if you buy the 16.99 at half off and use Klarna, I highly recommend every single person has this. So the virtual coach is here. I hit play.
Our business success system is an extensive educational tool that teaches you how to access business financing, build business credit, and much more. The system lets you see available funding programs so that you learn what it takes to pre-qualify for each program. It makes sure your business has completed all the items of lender compliance so that lenders do not classify your business as having a high risk of default. The system helps you build strong business credit scores with the top credit reporting agencies, and it assists you in optimizing the personal credit scores of the business owners. Once all that is done, the system gives you access to over 3,000 vendor credit lines for every product and service imaginable. The process is laid out in a step-by-step manner that is extremely comprehensive and very easy to follow. The goal is to have your business be viewed by lenders and credit providers as having a low risk of default and therefore give you much more access to capital at significantly higher amounts and better rates.
All right. So she's going to be on every screen, and all they have to do is play her, and she's going to basically explain anything. So you see this on the presentation. Our first goal, get your money now. Second goal, make you bankable. Third goal, get you the best rates. Okay. So this is the dashboard. This is what it's going to look like for every client. Okay. So they're looking for compliance. So you see, when I put this in, my business has 4 out of 14. There are 14 compliance checks. Is it optimized? I'm 0 out of 11. What is my NAP validation? So NAP is name, address, phone validation. So I got a 58 out of 0. So I'm good right there. Building business credit, if it exists or not exists. Are the financials organized? It's going to bring in those P&Ls, SDE. It's going to bring in all of that financial data. But notice that as a client finishes this dashboard is updating in real time. And then bankable. Where are they? Now, I will tell you that I am bankable. I'm bankable. I have business credit cards. I have a Tahoe in my business name. I had last year, I just closed my office, but that was in my business name. I own land in my business name. So I actually am bankable. I went through our program here with our own financing team. They got me approved for 68 to 75K at 0% interest rate for 2 years. I'm bankable, but I haven't put my information in this system yet just because I hadn't had time. And so it thinks I'm not bankable, but I am bankable. And so some clients are going to come in here and they may be already ahead, but as they matriculate through the course, it's going to fill these tabs out. Okay. So then integrate reports. This wants them to integrate any business reports they have. It wants them to integrate their credit reports. I'm just talking because it's loading. Okay. So they'll go here. Again, she's going to tell them what to do and they can read the screen. By integrating the owner's personal credit reports, they're going to produce a report to help us optimize business money. So they're going to upload their credit reports here, and then the bankable system is going to read those reports, right? If they don't have good credit, guys, you want to put them through the Freedom Wealth system or whatever you do, but they can come in here and they can integrate. So basically, it wants them to get a membership so that we can work on identifying. There is a service called Score IQ, and many of you have been in the industry. Score IQ, Identity IQ. They want them to subscribe to this. This is not included in the 689 or the 1699 they paid. It has its own membership. It's free for $1 trial. They just need to get the scores in here. I suggest they maintain it. Why? Because it wants to look at their score. It's going to look at their FICO 8, and it's also going to start reading them for their Experian and their Duns and Bradstreet and their Paydex, which are business credit profiles. Okay. Um, so once they integrate the reports, it's going to look at the status. It's going to look at their bankable status. It's going to look at the owner's credit. So once they have that information in the system, let me just pull this one. Once they have that information in the system, as you see here, it's going to look for your personal FICOs. So all of my information is not integrated. Thus, my basic information here at the top is not pulled in, but somehow it has my credit score. So if you can see here, this is my real credit scores. My TransUnion 746, Experian 740. This was at the time I did it. I think my score is a little bit lower now. But at the time I did this back in May, it's showing you my credit score 746, 740, 727. I got good credit, y'all. You better use the Freedom Wealth. If you don't use the Freedom Wealth, you're going to be out here with 500 credit scores. Make you some money in this business so you can pay your bills on time and pay your utilization down. But anywho, it brings your stuff into the portal. Okay. So it has estimated funding if there's any. So basically, I'm giving you a high level view just for quick, because I got to run to the optometrist. But guys, it's going to pull in all the information. Okay. It's going to pull in all the information. This is a sample right here of a profile of what it looks like. It's just pulling it in. I actually know this person, Gary Cole. He is a tax professional. And so it's going to pull this information in. Then you go to access funding. Here is where it's going to pre-qualify. You see here, I have all red dashes so far because I've not done anything in the software. I'm just being honest with you. So what's going to happen, guys, is going to look at all of these and it's going to analyze, are you pre-qualified for anything? And this is also the free success scan that we use for our clients. On the free success scan, guys, if they pre-qualify for anything, and if you do the BCA and they go through that same success scan as the top part of the BCA, they're going to be green check marks here. Green check mark. So whatever there's a green check mark for, that means they actually have the ability to pre-qualify for funding. When you give the free success scan out, which you can do that from your back office under the funding tab, put their email in and send the success scan, tell them to check their spam or their promotions tab. When they do that, tell them to send you a screenshot of the results. If they have any green check marks, the next thing you want to do is take them to the funding application. Document collection. I don't have any documents in here because, like I said, I've not done anything in here because I am bankable. I just haven't built this out to get to the 50K. Once they go in here, they'll collect documents. Lender compliance. Okay, so I got a few things here that are check marked. So again, if it's an X, that means they don't have it. So if it's a green check mark, your clients again will have the tutorial walking them through. A green check mark means they done it. So I have an EIN and license. I have corporation facts. I have a business location, a physical address. I do have a website and business email. I have EIN and license. I have business banking. I just haven't gone through here since May and done the whole thing. But I have a business banking account. My business banking account is at Wells Fargo, and I have one also at Truist. And I have Navy Federal. I got three business banking accounts, but I haven't connected all my stuff. So when we talk about completing this, guys, it takes time. That's why I would tell my clients, or I would not tell my clients, this is a 3 month journey. It's not a 3 month journey. Building business credit takes time, and you want to make sure your clients understand that. Do you have the NAICS? That's your filing code. Is there a business plan? All of this it's gonna do in the system. All right. And so then it wants to optimize reporting. Okay, reporting where? Reporting to Duns and Bradstreet, reporting to FICO, SBSS. You want to have a FICO SBSS score, Equifax, Credit Safe, Experian. These are all the bureaus right here that report business credit, much like personal goes to Experian, TransUnion, Equifax. It goes to help me, Holy Ghost, um, um, LexisNexis, SageStream. There's a whole lot of them, right? But so personal credit reports to a whole bunch of bureaus. So it's like over 30 of them. So business credit goes here. These are the bureaus. So then once they're in, it's going to show the business credit score, but they're building this over time. This is not an overnight process. Once they're done, it's going to analyze how they look online. Can I see that they are visible online? So when I purchased my truck, purchased a truck in like July, I believe. I was shocked to find out they pulled my Experian, obviously my business profile. My experience score was in the high 700s, but I was shocked to find out that they look for me. They look for me on YouTube. They look for me on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. They look for my website. And again, that's why you want to make sure your information is matching on all of the bases. They want to look for optimized web score, NAP validation. I actually am NAP verified. I have name, address. My phone number is actually in my husband's business name. So maybe that's why he doesn't read me because my husband's business is the Kofor Group and the phones are in the Kofor Group. All right. So it has here, then they can start building business credit. We have the ability for them to start their net 30s. And depending on their industry, again, every client is different. Some clients are never going to touch any of these, but it depends on their industry. High tech and auto, office and cleaning, building industrial, retail and fleet, and different vendors that maybe they have out of that list of 3,000, they went and personally selected. Business credit cards. They need starter card, retail cards, wholesale, office cleaning, building, industrial, gas cards, fleet cards. These are great for truckers, general credit cards. And then again, out of that list of 3,000 cards that maybe they selected, maybe they own a restaurant, maybe they need a refrigerator, maybe they have a retail store, maybe they do they have a Toro business. Maybe they have an auto shop. There are vendors out here that give credit cards just for you to go purchase vehicles. All right. So then it goes into organizing their financials. Again, y'all, this is not like an in and out overnight. So I would not sell it like, you can build your business credit in 30 days because that you're going to be setting your clients up for the okie doke. It wants the business financial. It wants the pro forma financials. All of this is going to guide them through. And they're doing this, guys, from the top to the bottom. They're not going to just come in here and automatically skip midway down. They're going to do this from top to bottom. And that way it's going to guide them through the AI. And then becoming bankable. When they get here, it's looking at what's their credit, how they're going to use it. Notice I got all these red X's because as I said, I bought this in like February. I opened it for the first time in May. When I did it in May, I did it for one day and then I didn't come back. And it's October 11th at the time of this recording. So I'm just being honest. As a business owner, I'm busy. And, my husband, thank God, helped start building up our business credit on our other businesses. And then I went ahead and got my NAV and I got my business banking and all of that for this business. Code for Legacy Group is my newest business. And so this one is the newest, even though it's a baby, it still does have vehicles in it. It has lands in it. It has few credit cards in it. So you definitely want to get set up and get started, but you want to use this. So there's some bonus sections. There's an educational ebook library. A person can come in here and they can skip in, guys. Let me click here. They can skip in and they can see, ooh, they got all these vendors back here. But just because they got them don't mean they're going to be able to get access, okay? So again, they go here and click this. She's going to say, look, you can't get access to all 3,000 of these until you've been in our program for at least 60 days. Why? Because they have to create net 30 accounts, net 60 accounts. Net 30 means you're going to pay these people back on an increment of 30 days. So if you got one net 30, you ain't been in for 30 days, you don't have established. You don't have one net 60 account reporting back in 60 days. So a person can skip all the way down to these 3,000 vendors. But guys, also they want to avoid trying to skip the process because there is a way that if you start building too much business credit, in the wrong types of credit, when it comes time to get those big chase accounts, they're going to mess themselves up. So let them know, follow the program from the top to the bottom. All right. So then they got to have at least 3 reporting trade lines. So this section right here not going to even unlock for them until they have gone through and got green check marks. You should not access this database or apply to these vendors until all red X's are green check marks. So that means they got to go through the program from the top to the bottom. Just want to show you guys that there's an educational library. And then, of course, if you are in this and you're doing it, you can guide them through. And if I have a client who's not able to, they're not tech savvy, I probably wouldn't sell them this. Because then they're going to be pissed and it's going to feel like it ain't working. I probably wouldn't sell them this. But again, you want to buy this, guys, from yourself. You got full access. I got a virtual coach, and this is my credentials over here. And so I just wanted to give you guys an inside view of this. When they first log in, it also, I forgot because I remember doing this. When they first log in, it's checking to make sure their business is compliant. It's not copyright infringing. But if you have a person go through the free success scan, which is under the funding tab, then also, guys, and you should do it. Send the success scan to yourself just so you know what it feels like, right? But also when they go through the free success scan, it's looking to make sure, the business is properly structured and set up. If it's not, it gives the recommendations. But then also, and I'm gonna show you guys something else since somebody in the chat that had asked a question about the setting of the business. So they also, though, the BCA, when they do the success scan, I meant to say, it starts to drip on them. So if they don't have bankability yet, it's going to start leading them to you to purchase the BCA. So it is good to send that free success scan if people are not structured. So let me show y'all something real quick because people were asking about the building a business credit. So I'm going to log into Freedom Wealth. Give me a second. I'm going to log in. Okay. I'm going to go to the dashboard and go to membership. Hold on. So I'm going to log into my daughter's back office. Okay. So when you are here, so you see here, this is the inside of Freedom Wealth. By the way, if you don't have Freedom Wealth, you want to get it, just send someone here with us train on it. So when a person logs in, they verify their identity, their scores pull in right here. They have the Score Path, Wealth Path, Life Path, Biz Path. They have 3B credit monitoring, score boost, the credit builder account, and credit attorneys. If they have a bunch of situations going on and they need to talk to a lawyer, they can do that for free. They need somebody to come in there and review their credit report with them. Let me click on it. They can do that for free. This is a whole nother training. I would like a free credit report. Whole nother training. I didn't come in here to do this training, but what I want to show you, all of this is in here. Guys, if you have just a $129 membership, you need the upgrade for 160. You need this service because you're not going to be able to sell this effectively if you don't know what it's like on the inside. So the 3 bureau monitoring, that takes them to where they can see their scores. And this is also if they have negative items, they show up here. She don't have no negative items. She don't have no negative items. It show the full credit report. It show the score factors, what's impacting the score, etc. Then they go to score boost. That's where they're wanting to click here. It shows them everything that's reporting. And I gotta check on this because we have her as an authorized user. I'm not sure why it's not picking up. So anywho, age of history, blah 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 blah. The credit builder account, they can go in just like just like kickoff. They can build their credit. We report all 3 bureaus. They fill that out. Credit attorneys, I showed you that already. Wealth Path is estate planning. We have a third-party vendor that is free for our clients to use. They get the will, trust, power of attorney, healthcare directive, guardianship election, personal loans. People ask about personal loans. Personal loans are only available to clients in the Freedom Wealth system. We can do $100 up to $50,000. They apply. They go in here and click how much they apply. If they got a 580 credit score or higher, they're going to get funded. It's just depending on how much they're going to get. And it's a personal loan. It's not a business loan. This is a separate service than what we do through Boat Funding. It's a free service to our clients. Financial planning, over 66 tools here. As you can see, many of them deal with personal finance, mortgages, retirement, and then there are several that are focused on business right here, showing people how to analyze their business debt. What's their business value at? What's their cash flow? Guys, this is a great tool. What's their working per capita? Profit margin. This is a good one right here. The profit margin calculator. Play around in here. You need this, guys, to effectively sell this because once you start using this stuff, your mind is going to be blown. It analyzes their debt. It shows them what they guys debt. Identity protection, $1 million of coverage, local savings, travel planning. I literally just booked my hotel 2 days ago. I showed you guys in the chat. The Holy Spirit, help me. Holy Spirit, I just gotta think. I showed y'all in there. You can go in here and book hotels, guys. Imagine you save $60 a night every time you book. Look, the average is $89 a night. We're saving $89 a night when we travel instead of going direct. Why wouldn't you use this? You can do theme parks in here, Disney. If you're going to be out spending money anyway, you traveling with your family, you going somewhere, why not pop in here and use what you got? San Diego, SeaWorld, the Sky Deck, like you going to Nashville. Listen, all of this is in here. I would go here before I go book this stuff directly because you save money. All right. I'm all about saving money because I'm an investor. So the more money I save, the more money I can throw somewhere it can grow for me. Okay. We can talk about that in a whole nother conversation. All right. So business formation. This is what Bianca was just asking. Do we set up people's businesses for them? Yes, if they are in Freedom Wealth. If they are in Freedom Wealth, they go through here, they click biz formation. It takes them to a third party company. This is an opportunity for you to make you some money as a consultant. So if you learn how to set up a business, which ain't hard, if you learn how to register a business at the state level, guys, you can make you some money on the side. You're an entrepreneur, but it's back here. Most people never gonna click on it, but they go here. It takes them to a third party service, which is Busy. Busy sets up their stuff and they got 3 plans that they can buy. Okay. And so this is a third party service. You don't get any credit for it. So why not create a business? You're a business consultant. Why not create something and you do it yourself? Then the Business Credit Academy. That's what I just walked you through at the first part of this. And then they go here. The free success scan is also available to our clients who are in Freedom Wealth. Okay. But you can send them this from your back office under Freedom Funding. Then the business funding. That's taking them to our boat funding. This is the application. It's a 1-page application. Tell me about your business. Tell me about your money. Tell me how much money you're trying to get, when your business start. Explain it right here. This goes in. I would recommend you have all of your clients apply through boat funding link directly in case their application is lost and somehow not tied to you. It should be, but it's technology. So if I got a client applying for funding, I'm sending them the link from my website. Okay. What's that? I'm gonna go show you. Education, here's some good credit stuff, and then swag is just some merch. So let me show you. Just understand your credit scores. The free ebooks are back here. How to outpace inflation, empower your finances. Guys, if you don't have this Freedom Wealth, you need to email support and upgrade. Like, this is why You should only sell the 289 membership because people really are neglected if they don't have the full package. They need the full package. 289 for all of this stuff, man. Come on, I would spend $1,000 for this. I spend more than 1,000. I would spend 3,000 for this system. I honestly would. So they need all of this. So let me show you real quick. Last thing, um, I mentioned I would send my link to them directly. So I'm on my website for Freedom Path. Make sure your picture is here. And so I will go to services. I will go boat funding. I got somebody that's interested in funding. I'm going to click apply for funding and I'm going to go here. It's the application. I'm going to copy this link from the top right here where you see it got my business name in there. It got Kofor Financial Group, even though I'm building this under Kofor Legacy. All right. So I will copy that. Then I will go and paste it to them. Hey, here's the one pager application. Go ahead and fill this out. Secure link. Tell me about your business. And that's it, y'all. You got a six-figure plus business with this company. You got to play around in here. You got to come to the trainings. You got to leverage your leaders. The best way to learn is asking questions. Get on a three-way call with clients. You're going to hear what they're asking. Your mentor is going to solve that. Ask questions in the chat. If your mentor is new, then they may not be able to give you as much information as like a person like Tangela or Sheila or, Michelle or Tina or, Tamisha or Kevin or somebody that's been here longer or Brenda, so lean into your leaders and it's okay. Like when I was new, I didn't know anything about getting started in this industry and leaning into my leader. She was a multi-millionaire and eventually I made over $1 million in this industry. So I can tell you leaning into these leaders is a good thing. But ask questions, guys. Ask questions in this chat. There's no such thing as a dumb question. And ask it in the chat, guys. And I try to respond in the chat instead of saying, hey, I'll inbox you the answer. Because if I respond in the chat, everybody sees the answer. So leaders, if somebody's asking for information in the chat, drop the answers in the chat so everybody can see the answer. Now, if you're not 100% sure it's the right answer, just say, hey, I'm not sure if this is right, and then tag me or Tangela somebody because we don't want to give wrong information either. Okay. So that's it, guys. I got to get to the optometrist. I'm supposed to be there at 12:50. It's 12:40. That's how much I love y'all. I will take and prioritize things for y'all versus things I need to be doing for myself. That's how much I want you to succeed. So, anywho, I'm out at 5,000. Watch this video. Make sure you get it to your teams. And I hope this was beneficial. Explain some things to you. We'll see you at the top. Let's go.